Rabbi Yosef again, first of all, a big gaon. He passed away a few years back. He's a very big gaon. And in any case, there's a true story that he says over that happened to him. There was a 35-year-old guy. Not religious. There was a 35-year-old guy, not religious. And he called his uncle one night. Said, come, let's go party. Let's go party. Hafle, go Majnun. Tak, 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 tak. Jump like a monkey. Da, 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 Anyway, so he says like this. Okay, let's go. His uncle comes, older uncle comes, and they start getting drunk. They get drunk, they get whatever, crazy. The night is gone, the night is done. And now, his nephew is driving his uncle. The 35-year-old guy is driving his nephew home. As they're driving, he gets to a car accident. They hit a tree. His uncle dies on the spot. This 35-year-old guy now, the Malach HaMavet, the angel of death, comes down to grab his neshama. So he's coming to grab the neshama, the soul. And the 35-year-old guy says, excuse me, don't touch me. So why? He says, because I give a lot of charity. And it says, Tzedakah tatzil mimavet. Tzedakah saves from death. Yeah. Don't touch me. And Torah doesn't lie. So all of a sudden, he goes, another angel comes down, the angel of tzedakah, of the tzedakah, of the charity comes down, Yani, and he comes and he says, yeah, leave him be, he's right, he gives a lot of tzedakah. So he says, what do you mean? I have a command, Shamayim, Malach HaMavet says, I got to take him. They go up to Shamayim, they say, what are we going to do with this guy? He says, he can live on, they finalize, they come down, they tell the neshama, you can live on one condition. What's the condition? As soon as we give you your neshama back, you have to say Shema Yisrael Hashem Hashem Echad. You have to leave everything and go to Yerushalayim. There's a yeshiva over there. Go learn in the yeshiva. That's it. You have to do. If yeah, so he's going to agree. I agree. Yeah, go. Yalla. His neshama comes back. He sees, as he wakes up, fire engines all over his car around, cops and this and that. And they see him, the cops come, they arrest him. Drunk driver, and this and that. The first thing they do is, they have to take him to the hospital to see if everything is okay. They run to the hospital, they jet him at the hospital, they take him, they do the x-rays and this, and he's wondering, he says, well, I'm in the hospital, how can I be this? I thought, what's going to be, this, that? Okay. And there's a cop outside waiting for until he's finished. The nurse is inside waiting to, he says, oh, what happened? He remembers, I forgot to say Shema Yisrael Hashem Hashem Echad. He says Shema Yisrael Hashem Hashem Echad. The nurse says, she gets like a beep, I have an emergency in the other room. She has an emergency, she goes in the other room. The cop that's waiting outside, he goes get something on this other side. He realizes the nurse is out, the cop is out. He runs out of the hospital, goes to his house, gets a passport. He goes to Yeshivat Ora Haim HaKadosh. Ora Haim. Yeshivat Ora. He goes there, and he gets saved. He says, a person you see that it's a real, in Shamayim, they're seeing and this and that. It's a real thing. People think, blah, blah, blah. I told you about the story. I'm not going to mention the names, but I mention names. There was another Jewish guy. How he Rabbi Yosef again had his seminars. Wow. Seminars to get them religious, to get the people religious. Shabbaton and this stuff. He tries to get them religious, try to get them religious. There was one lady that she wanted to get her husband religious. So she kept on paying for the seminar, and her husband said, I'm not going. So every week she pays. So for 4 times she paid already. The 5th time, finally the husband said, okay, I'll agree. Very excited, they finally agree. What happens? She calls up. Recently I said, sorry, the whole book next week. We'll let you go next week. No, you understand, I'm trying for so many. What are we going to do? There's no. So recently I said, okay, you know what? Come. Take my room, come. I'll stay up all night. Anyway, he's staying up, but they're doing the seminars. Come take my room. 2 hours before the trip, calls up. He gets a call, recently again. The couple is not coming. Why not? The guy on his way got into a car accident and died. Oh my goodness! Recently I heard that. Like, wow, he wasn't zochet to make tshuva. In the shiva, she calls up Rabbi Yosef again. I can't take it. So what? My husband keeps on coming to me in the dream. Every time she comes to me in a dream, every day he's coming to me in a dream. I don't know what to do. Save me, help me, save me. He's thinking it must be he's in, he's suffering up there in Shammai. We got to save him. So what should I do? Is anybody saying Kaddish for him? No. Is anybody learning for him? No. Listen. You have tzedakah, pay a guy to say Kaddish and learn for him the whole entire year. He has to pay a guy every single day to learn the whole year. And almost the year was past. The husband came to her, and again in a dream, please give him one tzedakah, please, please, please. A person has to understand. A person has to understand. Life is real. Life is real. It's not a this and that. We were saying over Shabbat. You know, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu was going to fight Og. You know Og, Melech Og. You know how big the Og was? 1,800 feet tall. You know what that is? Like it's over the Twin Towers. And he's fighting Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, how many amot was he? Saying he's nothing compared to Moshe. To him is like huge. The guy's huge. What does it say? It says Moshe was scared. What was he scared about? Not because he was big. Not because he was big. Says maybe he has a zechut. And what zechut was it? He maybe has zechut that he helped the tzaddik. Which tzaddik? He told Abraham Avinu, at the time he told Abraham Avinu, Abraham, your nephew Lot is captured. Go save him. So therefore he did a favor for a tzaddik, because a tzaddik wants to save his nephew. So he did a favor, and Rabbi, 1 minute. He wanted to save what? Save Lot. So he's telling Abraham to save his son, to save his nephew Lot, because he did a favor for a tzaddik. Maybe that favor was going to save Og from the fight. Notice Moshe Rabbeinu was not scared. Moshe Rabbeinu was not scared of him. He's scared maybe he has his chut. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he has his chut, that chut will save him. Do you realize what's going on over here? I'm saying Chizkiyahu Hanavi was told from Yeshayahu Hanavi that he's not going to have Gan Eden. At the end, he whatever. Because you're not having children and this and that and that. So what does he say? He says, give me your daughter. Chizkiyahu Melech says, give me your daughter, because my zchut and your zchut will be able to save. Notice how it's the zchuyot. It has nothing to do with his size, Og's size. It has nothing to do. It's the zchuyot. What the zchuyot the person has. I was saying over on Shabbat. I was saying over. You know, there's a family. There's one person in the family, two people in the family, that they built a very, very big company. And this company is supporting many families in learning. Supporting many families in learning. This guy sits down and learns, his family being supported, that guy's family, that being family. So one of the relatives of the family came over to me, the one that's working, and says, how long could this last? How many generations? Because now there's more families going to learn. There's more, they'll get married, support. How many? Who else is going to work? And this. So I was thinking for a second. I didn't answer. But then I said, when I was learning the next day, I learned for like a few hours straight, and I said, Hatati Aviki Pashadi. Hashem gave me Siyata Dishmaya. What I see in the Gemara that I learned? It says in the Gemara that every day there's a heavenly voice that comes out from Shamayim and says as follows. It says, Bat Kol Omeret. The whole world is Nizon. This Gemara says, is getting sustained because of Chanina Beni. Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa. Because Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa is learning the Torah. He's spreading the mitzvot. He's spreading the whatever. Because the schut of Rabbi Chanina ben Doisa, the whole world is getting sustained. One person, the whole Sheva. What do you mean? Because of him. Rabotai, they came to Rav Steinman. And one Gvir, very, very wealthy guy, comes over to Rav Steinman and says, Rabbi Steinman, I understand what's going on over here. We never have this learning, these many learners in life. It was never ever like this. It was never ever like this back in the days. Back in the days, you had, let's say, a few guys learning Torah. We supported them, and that's it. Nowadays, what happens? You see, Kolim, everybody's learning, and they want everybody to support them. What's going on? How come? He says, let me tell you something. Back in the day also, there wasn't too many Gvirim. There was one Gvir, one rich guy, like the Rothschild, that he would to support. So how come nowadays there's so many rich guys? How come you see so many wealthy guys nowadays? He said, because the learners, there's so much learners, so Hashem made more wealthy people in order to support them. So what are you worried about? What are you worried about? You're lucky because there's learning in the world and there's more kolim in the world. There's more rich guys to support them. Otherwise, what do you need so much wealth for? What do people need so much wealth for? That's the reason why. So they can support yeshivot, they can support Torah, they can support Chesed, they support Kohanim, they can support a million other organizations that become. Look how many more organizations there are. You realize there's this organization and that organization and that organization and that organization. So Hashem, what does He do? He throws more money out to other people to support those organizations. And that's the simple mathematics. That's what we have to understand in our lives.